they say all work is your work, they mean it.
My wife don't pack a load. Go to Cotonou.
In the morning, you will carry sheets, you will carry urine, you will sweep.
Because food way that they give, even though they give a dog for house, you way they train your dog, you give yourself, you cannot chop.
You will clean the whole cell. They don't care.
From my own side, no, you know,
If you make noise,
the system with the prison, they different.
but they have securities inside the cell. They have police, they have mopo, they have OC Lamba, OC Torture.
35% of the people going into the custody never make it out of it with their sanity intact.
First day that I got there, I cried from morning to the next day. I couldn't sleep.
Many things they happen there. If you come out, you thank God, say God help me.
I was in prison custody for 9,936 hours, which is approximately 419 days. And for good 270 out of the 419 days, I never appeared in court due to the fact that the court was never on seat. The court was never sitting.
My name is John Chikodim. I was in Ikoyi Correctional Center for about 3 years. And during my stay there, I became the assistant cell pastor before becoming the full cell pastor.
My name is Jasipo. I spent 1 year, 7 months in Ikoyi Correction Center before the Justice Project now brought me out.
My name is Abimbola Ojenike. I'm a litigation and transactional lawyer by day. I volunteer at the Justice Project as the lead for the project. Well, for the case of Jesse Paul, the person that was like house help somewhere, he went on holiday and a car was stolen.
I arranged the house, I arranged everything. Now I go to see my family for Badagry side. 3 days, I go 3 days. The driver now called me and asked me, where are you? I tell him, I say, I lay with my family. That Friday, I came to the house where I opened the kitchen door and entered the house and I'll see everything cutter. I run, I check everywhere for the house. I don't see anywhere where they break the house and enter inside.
His own claim is that he wasn't around at the time the car was stolen. He knows nothing about that. That's all that we know about that.
Then I'll carry us go to Ilason police station. After then I'll carry us go Mati. After Pantina, we find ourselves in the Ecclesia.
Yeah, so entering court, there was no witness against Jesse Paul. The prosecution has not been diligent also about getting the people who need to be the so-called accusers to say, yes, I saw him. So there is no evidence anywhere except the mere suspicion that you are the housekeeper now. So if the car is stolen, you must be the one to account for that. So we didn't have to do so much in that case except to show up for Jesse Paul, to tell the court, we are the lawyers to Jesse Paul. We are ready for trial. Bring the accusers, bring the witnesses forward. Let's see the evidence. And there was nothing. There was even no prosecution at the end of the day. Repeated, and then the court struck out the case for want of diligent prosecution.
I thank God. I give God all the glory. My lawyer will help me for the Justice Project. I don't know how I can qualify her. She tried well. That very day when the case closed up, money where my brother called for hand, he finished. Nothing there, we not go house. He say, if he not do everything, see me, I enter motor with my brother, I cannot go. You see, wait, you see, calling him money for him pocket, give us, say maybe use me and my brother. If the money where he give us can reach us, carry us go house. My brother saying go carry us go house.
I was deeply moved by one of the visits we had to the Ikoyi Custodial Center of the Nigerian Correction Service. And that led to the founding of the Justice Project under the auspices of Touch the World Foundation. All the volunteers and partners have synced together in such a way that every week, every month, we're always getting people out of the custodial centers and back into freedom and into society. The vision is the value of one human life.
Through the Justice Project, we are providing access to justice for low-income people. So judges would normally adjourn and ask you to make an arrangement for a lawyer. So you keep coming back to court to say again, my lord, I still don't have a lawyer.
For like 2 to 3 months, like I do go to court from the correctional center. Like every month, they used to give me every day, every month adjournment.
Or you get a lawyer that is not committed to the prosecution of the case because he cannot pay for legal services. So you hear things like, my lawyer is on the way, but the lawyer is hardly ever on the way. The lawyer is not coming because that lawyer has not been paid. So today in Nigeria, as at the 1st of April 2024, you have about 77,934 people who are in the prison. The reality is that about 68% of these people are those who have not been convicted at all. Nobody has said that they are guilty, and only just about 32% of that population has been convicted today.
3 lithium batteries. It was a goods that was supposed to be sent through a bill to a customer. The driver that was supposed to deliver it where I'm working called me, and he brought the idea of diverting it. So we conspired together and the goods were diverted and sold to a dealer. I think 2 weeks after the incident, I was tracked down and apprehended. So that was actually involved in the diversion.
Well, it's quite common when people are unhappy with you and they want to deal with you, they go to the nearest police station, make a report about you, dump the case there.
The case was charged to court and I was arraigned, and I had to be remanded in the prison custody till when I'm able to perfect my bail conditions. And
I just want to deal with this person, and the person is already in the legal system, has been trapped in prison for like 9 months. To them, that's all that they want.
the bail conditions were for me to provide 2 guarantors worth 500,000 and above, with evidence of tax payments for at least 3 years.
Many of them don't have any tax record. Many of them cannot even find anyone at all who is gainfully employed in that sense, who can show a letter of employment in a good place.
They must have a land or house property, landed property, house property here in Lagos, and one of them must be my blood relative.
So we are really blessed when you have people around you who work in this place, who work in that place, who can stand for you when you are in trouble. For many low-income people, they cannot have that, and those are regular bill terms.
I didn't have anybody as a relative that is worth up to that amount, not to talk of the evidence of tax payment and having a landed property or house property. So definitely everything about the bail condition was near impossible for me to accomplish or perfect. So
someone is selling pepper, the other one is a bus conductor, and then their family member has gotten into a big problem. Where do they get that person who is gainfully employed? Where do they find a person who has the tax record? Where do they even find the 250,000 naira that must be the bail bond? So as an organization, we are looking at this from different standpoints. First is to address the immediate challenge, which is getting that person out of prison. So we provide direct legal assistance or legal representation to the people who are already held in prison, ensuring that they have their days in court and then they can be free. So we are interested in the system that arbitrarily arrests people without any due investigation, the system that keeps them there for so long without trial, the system that even denies them access to that person that can represent them. We're interested in what the procedure looks like today. So we're interested in reform. So we have the unit that focuses on advocacy and policy. Then we have the unit that focuses on rehabilitation. is to ensure that when people have gone into prison and they are coming out, they don't come out the same way. You want them to be really changed people. So we're interested in the human soul. You want that person to become a better person. You're interested in what they do when they come out. Some people go to prison and they get worse. They learn bad things. Some people learn Yahoo just right there in prison. Some people learn all manners of things.
We've had a couple of cases whereby most of them lost their lives as a result of hard drugs.
They smoke wee, all the type of smoke they are smoking.
I've witnessed more than 4 scenarios whereby after intake of kulos, whereby inmates swallowed sharp objects like razor blade and as a result lost their lives.
We did hear people, they die. Many people, they die.
So as they are coming out, we don't want to unleash them on the society, quote and unquote. So we are interested in how to ensure that they reintegrate well into the society and that they take a positive role as citizens as they are getting back. And also we want them to find God in a unique way as well as they are coming out.
So there was this guy that was staying with me. So I don't know actually what he did, but according to the police, they said he stole something from them. So they came, they couldn't see him, and they took me in place of him instead of him, and that was how. From there, they took me to court. From court, Ikoyi prison, and I stayed there for about 3 years before I came out.
So Chikodi's case was an interesting one for us at the TJP. It was a roommate that they said stole somewhere. Because it was not the actual suspect, it was a challenging case for the prosecution to prosecute because there was no evidence against him. Everything in that case has nothing to do with him. There was no complainant, there was no prosecutor at all. There was even no case file in that sense. It was just an empty charge sheet that shows that someone has been accused of stealing and all sorts. So we had to do the tough work of going back to look for the prosecutor, to be asking, are you the prosecutor? This case emanated from this particular police station. Do you know this person? Do you know the person that was responsible for the prosecution at the beginning? We couldn't find anybody at all. There was no record of that crime at any police station. But the man was in prison. He had suffered so much. He lost a kidney.
All of a sudden, my stomach started growing big. And I started asking questions in prison. What is going on? And they said, people have been having this kind of thing here. And the people that had this kind of stuff, they never make it outside. That's to be honest. So I said, I don't know. So I came out with that bloated stomach. It was now when I went to a series of tests and I discovered that one of my kidney has been damaged.
At the time it was out, there was a surgery. He lost a kidney already. He suffered so much for something that he knew nothing about.
The remedy was for me to do operation, do surgery. They have to remove one of my kidneys. So presently now, I'm just using one kidney.
So at the end of the day, we came before the court. We presented the findings in an affidavit to the court. And we argued before the court that this person has nothing to do with the case. And the court agreed with us and struck out the case against Chikodi. So he's a free man today.
If not be church people will not go survive.
There's something they call share bed, full bed, under bed, tight corner. Small space can contain 20 people.
Or the room way na there. People plenty. Me say, I fear, man, God help me.
The words cannot really explain the real scenario of this thing. So
a very important aspect of our strategy today is to use the technology to connect the people who require legal services with the people who need legal services. So what we have created is a pro bono clearing site, like a pro bono clearing house, indeed. So it's an online one where a lawyer that is interested in taking up pro bono cases can sign up as a volunteer. We can assign cases to you. You don't need to go to Kirikiri or Ikoyi or any prison at all. So that's something we are doing, connecting lawyers and the people who need lawyers, using technology as a platform for that. So we want to expand that community of people acting as lawyers under our project. We need more volunteers. We don't want to come out just saying that it's not working. We want to understand why it's not working. And we want to be able to suggest better alternatives. And we want to be able to show that those alternatives actually work, not just something top of the head that is being brought forward. So that's where we are today.
Since the founding of the Justice Project, we've been able to get, this year alone, we've gotten over 20 people out of the custodial center. Our rehabilitation program is something that takes people back through a process. Our job is not complete until these people are able to integrate back into society. So when people come out of the custodial center, the first thing is, are they okay mentally to go into society? So we have to get them through evaluation, counselors, therapists, even medical evaluation. Some have one lost some part of his intestines, one lost one kidney. In the process of a medical journey, we find that the system and the food and the process of imprisonment, incarceration, it takes a very big toll physically on the ex-inmates. So part of what we try to do is to see that we're able to reconnect them with their roots, their foundation, their homes. We've paid transportation to people in all the way in Calabar. We've taken some people back to Bayelsa, to connect people back to Ibadan. We generally go through the process of finding family members and reconnecting people back to their homes. And then next, what will they do? Finding work and finding gainful employment is a part of the rehabilitation program. Until people literally are able to reach a point when they can work for themselves and earn a living, crime will always be inviting them. So we go through that process. And that's what happened with rehabilitation.
My feeding and every other aspect, I think the Justice Project really made a big impact. When I was going to the hospital, I think some of the scans that I did, which were expensive, they paid for it. Even when I was in the hospital, there was this lady in the project stuff. She always come to visit me. John, how far? You always call me, always talk with me and all that. So when I started recovering, and she was like, "I will link you up with a job, but we just need to know what you can do." I told her that I can cook. Then I know how to cook local dishes. Then she was like, "Okay, you are good with this one. We will know how to fix you one way or the other." So I think within a week or two, she called me and said, "Oh, son, come on. We have a kind of opportunity for you." So I came. That was how I started with them, assistant chef.
So how can you be a part of this? We invite you to come and join the Justice Project. You don't have to be a lawyer. For lawyers, generally, their work is legal representation, standing in court in the day and giving the people who are inmates an opportunity to have a fair hearing. But also we have advocacy, where we write and tell stories. So if you're a storyteller or a curator of any type in the creative space, and you can help us with social media, we're telling stories, we're writing even laws, things to influence, articles in this. We want to be able to grow the conversation that our judicial process is broken. The thing that makes people go to prison without a day in court is not right, and we have to change it. So we need advocates. So if you're into advocacy of any type, please sign up for the Justice Project. We also need people who are going to handle rehabilitation. This will go to visit homes to see what places you can rent houses, to go and see what places can get these people gainfully employed, or to even engage them and have conversation and have a counseling mentoring system for the people who are coming out of prison. Sign up for rehabilitation. But in addition to that, you can also pray. If you can't go to the prison, you can pray. Maybe you're not the kind of person who can handle this. Things are so big and too big for you, but you can pray. You can cry out to God for every person who has lost their freedom. And in addition to that, you can also give. Give to Touch the World Foundation, the umbrella organization for the Justice Project. From here, we're able to pay our salaries, also pay legal representation fees in some cases, and also settle cases out of court. We need a lot of money in that space, and we want to ask you to give to the Justice Project. Altogether, we believe that God is bringing us to something incredible, an opportunity to be able to change the lives of so many people. God bless you.